Welcome to the final part of Tales of the Abyss.
Why is this part 50 minutes long?
Because it's the ending, and the final boss is going to take a while.
You couldn't let the boss be its own part.
Well, the boss itself is actually not that long. It's more the actual ending itself that makes this longer than it should be.
I'm just saying, you just have the boss, then the ending, and then you wouldn't have to worry about all this.
Yeah, but then this would be an extra part and that we'd have to commentate on.
It'd be better than having the part be 50 minutes. I know I'm saying...
Really?
I know I'm saying that because I know I'm saying that makes me a hypocrite for making Spider-Man the same way, but whatever.
I'm telling you, most of this video's length is just the ending itself. The final boss doesn't take that long.
Hey look, we're at the finale of Phantasy Star Online.
Anyway, if you remember in the last video, we did the last little puzzle that we could do here, which opens up this door to this grave.
You thought I was joking. It literally is this. It literally is the ending, the finale to Phantasy Star Online. This is the boss arena where you fight the final boss of that game in. Then the whole arena turns demonic, and he shows up. He's like big as the Empire State Building.
Van brought me here once when
You're acting like Namco doesn't reuse assets.
That's the funny thing. That game was made by Sega.
Oh no, Fantasy. Never mind. No, Phantasy Star just has the same composer as Tales. Never mind.
Yeah,
I always get those confused.
yeah. That's Phantasy Star Online, dude.
Get it right. Sakuraba does a lot of music compositions, and I like his style, but it is very unique in that you hear one version, you can hear the same style in everything that he does.
Yeah.
I personally don't mind it, but I can understand people might get tired of it after a while. Well, anyway, apparently Van has been maintaining Yulia's grave pretty well.
I'm gonna take over the world, but I'm gonna leave this here.
Well, it's more of a touching thing than that. It's more he actually has sympathy for Yulia because he understands that she didn't deserve what she got. Or what happened to her. It's kind of a Mythos Martel kind of thing.
Except they don't turn batshit insane.
I don't know, you could technically say Van's insane for wanting to reset humanity.
That doesn't count. I'm just saying, it's like, well, yeah, the holy person is kind of dead, but at the same time, the villain's still a complete freaking psycho. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, he's maintaining God's grave, but anyway, the reason why you want to come here is because this is where you get the last This is where you get the last catalyst weapon.
With the brightness on the PS2 version, I can't even tell what that is.
It's a staff. It's for Tyr.
Looks nothing like a staff. Looks like an oversized feather duster.
Well, it's actually something that's used in every Tales game.
I can't see it.
It's the unicorn horn. Except this time it's not going to teach her ultimate healing. It's just a catalyst weapon.
We just robbed God's grave.
Basically. Hopefully she doesn't mind us taking that. And then this happens once you get the last catalyst weapon, no matter where you get it. It was a Mount Ronil. Yeah. We're not going there today.
Woo. Good.
This is where you go to fight the optional super boss, and we are not doing that this part.
This would be like an hour and a half if that were the case.
Probably even longer. Because I'd have to backtrack all the way back to Mount Ronil.
And they just have a death montage.
Well, you see, the bonus boss is going to be like twice as difficult as Van.
Yeah, I know.
am nowhere near ready to fight it.
I know. I'm well aware of that.
I didn't mean it like that.
There are 2 bonus bosses that I still have to show off, and they're going to be bonus episodes. Whenever I feel like getting around to showing them off.
God, I look at Luke and I can't take him seriously in that.
Why? I think it's like, out of all the costumes that I got for him that I'm capable of getting, it's looks the best, in my
It
opinion.
looks like an attire. It looks like a wrestling attire from the Attitude Era of WWF.
It's not that much different from his original attire. It's just now the top half isn't buttoned up.
It looks like a costume from Macho Man Randy Savage.
I can see why you'd say that.
Or
We're gonna go punch-
or Mankind for that matter.
Oh, not Mankind. Mankind doesn't even wear a shirt.
Yeah, he does.
No, I thought he didn't.
Nah, he
See,
wears a shirt.
this is what
Mankind.
this is how you know how long it's been since I've actually watched wrestling.
Yeah, Mankind always wore a white plaid T-shirt with a very loose red necktie.
All I remember about him is his signature move where he shoves his fist down your throat.
With a sock. They called it Mr. Socko.
Yeah, Mr. Sacco.
Let's show Van our little friend Mr. Socko.
No, God. Go check on this planetary phonic guard. No, we're gonna die if we do that, guy. We are going to die if we do that. Also, treat. Yay, that's better than nothing.
The treat was it's like sure you can have this treat, and then the chest comes alive.
Surprisingly, there was only one mimic in this game, and it wasn't that difficult, really.
Right.
We fought him a long freaking time ago.
I was going to say lame, then I realized they're annoying. It's funny. I was like, no, not lame. Never mind.
No, in Symphonia, they were a bitch.
They were annoying because only magic could kill them,
And there was two of them instead of just only one.
and they each had an all divine, which I sold for money.
Dude, yeah. Never use all divide.
Hey, they gave you good
Trust
money.
me. All it does is make the battle take twice as long.
Hey, you get money off them.
True. I mean, there's people that say, like, oh, if you want to fight the super boss, use all divide. No, it just makes the super boss take longer. It doesn't make it any easier.
Not at all. It's basically slow torture.
I mean, it's hard enough to beat it without giving half damage.
It's like playing a Toho game, then making the entire game slower.
Seriously.
Doesn't change anything. You're still getting bullet health.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am, despite being around level 70 right now, I am nowhere near ready for fighting the bonus boss, like at all. I mean, I probably could. It would just take forever, and I would have to use up all my items.
Get
Since I'm not showing it off, I can just explain.
No, you don't have to. You'll show it off later. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll show it off later. Anyone that's played any Tales game ever, usually know what the bonus boss does.
It murders you. That's all it does.
Well, I meant attacks-wise.
It murders you. That's what it does.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why I keep climbing up and down here.
You want your exercise.
Yeah, if I get cramps before I go fight Van, there's gonna be problems.
Especially with Jade of his old age.
Jade doesn't have to do anything. All he has to do is stand there and spam spells all day.
So far he hasn't.
Assuming Van lets him do that.
So far he has yet to even do that, thanks to your strategies.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, last healing save point. I also still have a wing bottle in case you really want to warp out of here, although it's not very hard to walk out of Aldrin.
Yeah, it's literally a straight line.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm too lazy to walk.
I mean, that's one thing that's another thing I like about this game. Unlike most Tales games, oh yeah, by the way, I had to re-record this because I messed up with the
audio.
Setting up the... This is how you can tell that this is a re-recording, because I already have my clear save data down there. Unless that's my save... No, that's not my clear save data from my first playthrough. Anyway.
Nah, it's like, don't worry, this isn't a spoiler, I totally won. We're gonna totally win, right?
True. Anyway, last minute check to make sure I have everything I want. If you've been following this playthrough, which if you have, thank you. I am not the best at doing 100% guides, plus I also missed a few things, so this is not a 100% run through.
Soul
This is what I'm going in with,
Soul Crush.
and I'm going with my preferred team of Luke, Tyr, Guy, and Jade, because that's what I'm comfortable with. You can go with whoever you want, but I would recommend having at least one healer.
Buzzkill.
So, so if you're not using Tyr, then use Natalia. Although if you're not using Tyr, what's wrong with you?
Natalia, you go sit in the corner and do stuff.
Not because Natalia is bad, but I mean, Tyr has Revitalize, and that's going to be very helpful.
Tyr has Revitalized, Natalia doesn't. You do the math.
And she can also use Resurrection.
Doesn't make it sound so simple.
Make
Make it sound so simple. Well, yeah.
It is. We go up there, kill Van, and we're done.
We go up there, kill Van, throw a bar mitzvah, go home.
We believe that the planet's memory is but one of
Look, I came here dressed as Alucard. What more do you want?
I came here dressed as Alucard. Guy's humiliating himself, looking like he came out of a gay bar. What more do you want?
Not to mention, Annis looks like she's supposed to be in school right now.
And you look like somebody that stepped out of WWF. Natalia is just Natalia.
And Tyr, I don't know.
And he was trying too hard to be with the me crowd.
Yeah, we kind of have to stop Van from killing Lorelei. If Lorelei dies, then the whole planet's gonna blow up trying to
and then
draw in phonons to protect itself.
And then Mew's there like, what did I do? You just sit there and look pretty. Yeah!
Mew, if Van's kicking our ass, you just breathe fire in his face. That'll distract him. Actually, why don't you do that?
Why isn't that a counter?
It's a good question.
I bet you.
I love this line.
I bet you if Luke was in Smash Bros, that would be his counter.
I love this line. We're going to shove the Commandant's ideals up his ass. Go, Annis.
Right up his ass.
I love that line.
Red Foreman would be proud. And there goes my Wii U going off.
Oh. Yeah. I think mine might be doing that too.
It's a very scary image of Mario in an edited cat suit.
Oh, is it a Mario Maker?
No, it's just talking about winter warm-up sale. Oh well.
Oh. See, Steam's not the only one that gets special sales.
I have nobody to go to, blah blah blah.
Oh, stop it.
My life is over, blah blah blah.
She's got a whole kingdom to look after when we kill Van.
My life is over, blah blah blah.
Just 7 years, and I'm covered in blood.
Also, if you're actually actively going for 100%, after all of this scene is over, then the last couple of side quests you can do actually start up. I don't know why Namco likes to do this, but they like to wait until the very, very end of the game to go, hey, there's 5 more side quests or so you can do.
I'm the same as you.
If that's what the rest of this part is, I'm going to scream.
It's not.
I'd still be here by your side.
I was debating on doing that, and I'm just like, no, I'm done.
I'm going to help you by staying alive.
I don't dislike this game. It's just it's gone on long enough.
Can we go up the stairs? I can imagine the cutscene going like this. They go up the stairs. As soon as you get control, go back downstairs.
We start going up the stairs, and it's like the endless staircase in Mario 64. Like, nope, you still got side quests to do. Oh, you son of a bitch!
Red key code required.
Damn you!
Better idea. Dark phone stone required.
But I used it. And everyone glares at Luke.
Then you get past it, and right next to Van, light phone stone required.
You know how much of a pain in the ass it would be to have to walk all the way back just to get those again? And don't lie, if they actually did do that, you would rage quit.
You would too.
I'm not denying that, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, Van's not gonna hold back this time.
He held back before.
I don't think he was holding back the last
Yeah, I
time
was
either.
getting ready to say, I don't think he was holding back earlier.
If anything was holding him back, it was the fact that he absorbed Lorelei into himself, and Lorelei was making him hold back.
While he's sipping your tears.
Anyway, final battle time. After some monologuing.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
You caught me monologuing, you sly dog, you.
I expected Ash.
I kind of wanted this to be a curb stomp battle.
Ash is here too. He's inside.
Now.
No.
Second order hyperresonance. You've surpassed your original. You are now a true human being.
So getting superhuman powers makes you an official human. Who knew?
You've stepped across
Now-
the
Does that mean everyone's capable of using second order hyperresonance?
Now I can get that bachelor's degree.
Join me, Luke.
No, according to Van's logic, that makes everyone able to use hyperresonance.
I'm just saying, it's like here, have this awesome job position. Requirements: bachelor's degree, 17 years of non-existent experience, and superpowers.
Finally understand what it is I wanted.
God damn it.
What if this just ended like? What if this just ended like in Korn's trailer, where it's like, I finally understand what I wanted. Join Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Hey, if
Welcome
Luke was in
back.
Smash Brothers, would you really complain?
Yes.
Oh, come on! Just because it's not Lloyd or Crest?
Yes.
You do not live unless you were born for some purpose.
We're like, Luke, come back, you
I'm not living
asshole.
for anyone else. There's no special meaning in living. When I sensed my own death, I wanted to live. I know now. That's all I needed.
You know, now that I think about
You know
it,
that
Luke's just...
yeah, he's it's like oh yeah, now I just finally realized, like, at the end of the game.
No. What I was gonna say is they're basically taking one of... Speaking of Lloyd's, they're basically taking one of Lloyd's lines and just doing a backwards thing of it.
You've
It's
acquired
like, there's no special
something
meaning in living, and whereas Lloyd says there's no special meaning in dying. It's like, okay,
People can change, just as Luke has. Reconsider
you don't
one
have to
more
re...
time.
like,
So how many
I
times
know
we
it's
have to?
not,
How
I,
many
knew it
times
was,
we
I
have
know
to
it's not intentional, but it's
Just as
the
you
parallels
say.
are there.
But is it really absolute?
do it? Then the spell
Luke
just
isn't
comes out.
here because it's real. He's here because he chooses to.
Oh, so it's word based. I knew it.
Possible choice for the future, but only people make that choice.
That isn't absolute either. You might not be choosing, but rather being...
Damn it, Van!
Aha! I used your words
If
against
so,
you.
Maybe you're being made to choose to
Well, he
destroy the
kind
planet's
of
memory.
is.
If you say
That-
you've decided to erase the planet's
the
memory
face
of
guys are
your
he's like,
own
I can do that too.
will, that itself is proof that the planet's memory isn't absolute.
Get it right,
That's
douche.
an empty argument. Yulia's score represents the planet's memory. I
Empty
still
argument, my ass. I think what he said makes perfect
destruction
sense.
of mankind is written in it. The destruction of the planet's memory.
There's
Oh.
nothing there.
So
Thank
will
you.
carry out that
Oh wait, no,
destruction
that's
of
bad.
originals,
Never mind, that's
then
even worse.
create a
Back to the sky.
replicable
Back to the sky, please.
God damn
Go
it.
back to the sky.
Let's make differently those who let Hod be destroyed. That's
Okay,
our
so
action
apparently
to
his
do.
way of thinking is,
Didn't
the
we
score
decide
already said that humanity's gonna die,
those who
but
caused
he doesn't care about killing off humanity. He's destroying he's destroying the next part of the future, so the future doesn't even exist.
If nobody can have a future, nobody can.
People and planets all eventually die.
Basically, he saw that the score said that the world is intended to is going to be destroyed at a specific point, and he's like, fuck that. So if he gets rid of the score that says the universe is gonna, that the world's gonna get destroyed, then it won't happen. Jay's philosophy is, you know, things die when they die. There's nothing you can do about it.
Everything dies.
I like how Jay was taking off his glasses. I was expecting like something like Cyclops, where as soon as he take off his glasses, lasers come out.
Well, he does have red pupils. Does that count?
Sure, why not?
You're trying to destroy the originals even earlier than the planet's memory.
Well, it sucks to be
You
them.
hate the star so much, you're shackled to it more than anyone else.
Touche.
Perhaps so. I, no, all of us, are are bound.
See, this is why I like Van as a villain. He's not too complicated, but he's not too simple either.
I know the future
His plan's not just, I'm going to destroy humanity because I hate humanity. He's going, I want to reset humanity because I don't like the path it's going down.
Everything sucks but me.
I'll take you all on
It's more that he's lived long enough to see that humanity is going the wrong way, and he feels they should go in a different direction. But
How'd that fit in your
for
sleeve?
now, we are going to be fighting Van for the final
How'd
time.
that fit in your sheet? I don't know.
God damn it.
It's like he pulls out his like, how'd that fit in your sheet? I don't know.
God damn it. I don't know. Anyway, once again, he's pretty much the same as he was the last time, except he's a little bit stronger, and he's got one or two he's got like one new attack. But
Ow. Hi.
right now, like this part you should have no trouble with because you've already done it once.
Look out.
Just yes.
That was your own fault.
Well, I backed off because I saw it coming. It's not my fault that guy didn't move out of the way.
And Tear's dead.
Not quite. I got super lucky there. Imperial Slaughter doesn't always kill you, it just almost kills you.
I'm useful!
He has one other Mystic Art in this fight only that does instant kill you, though. Anyway,
Wow, that
first
went by
phase done.
fast.
Yeah, the first part of the first phase of the fight is really, really simple. Like I said, it's basically
That went
the
really
exact same fight that you had in the
that
radiation gate.
really fast.
Again, it's basic. That fight was basically a rematch of the radiation gate fight. Now he's going to be a little bit harder.
He's like, oh crap, you actually know what you're doing.
Oh, shit, you actually learned all the melodies this time.
What do I do? 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 What do I do?
I got it. It's like, oh, you don't know how. Well, you don't know how they work, so I'm still good.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Fine, kill me.
I'll just make up as I go. Reset.
I also like that this final battle has like 3 different themes going at the same time.
Reset.
Because the music changed now. Yeah, but this part is going to be a lot harder because now he's just going to start spamming spells and arcane arts all over the place.
So
Thank you, Revitalized.
So,
Thank you.
if I'm watching this right, he just said, "There's the second one, I guess, right?"
Yeah, here's his new one, Celestial Elegy, and that is going to kill you.
Was that a
There's
full
no
screen?
getting around that.
Was that a full screen?
No, it's an AOE. It's more around him. That's why Guy got hit by. That's why everyone got hit by it. They were close enough that it would hit.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, I was getting ready to say, if that's full screen, that's a load of crap.
No, it's not full screen. He has one other Mystic Art that he can use, and that one is a single target, but it's going to kill you no matter what level you're at.
So it's one of those. It's one of those. Yeah. What? Yeah. What are you gonna do about it now, huh?
Thank God he targeted Luke instead of Tyr with that Holy Land.
Weren't even
At this
close.
point, I'm just sitting here going like, okay, make sure he's going after Luke, so that
You're
Tyr can
dead.
just use Resurrection. Guy, move out of the freaking way.
Well, okay. Never mind. You're dead.
He's almost done. This phase is almost done. Good, Guy is smart enough to move out of the way. Okay. See, I was a little worried.
The
there,
only
but
reason he
wasn't-
mo-
it's not that
the
bad.
only reason
as
he
long as as long as Tyr survives Ancient Requiem.
The only reason he moved
Or
out of the way was. The only reason he moved out of the way was because he keeps an item.
That's fine. Now, as long as Tyr survives Celestial Elegy, then you're good. And first form down.
Wow, that went by a lot faster than the first time.
Oh yeah, like I said, you should have no trouble with the first form.
So he's
Second
so he's
form?
it's basically a copy paste of the first fight when stats and everything. Just like I don't even care.
Yeah, it's basically the Radiation Gate fight, except his stats are doubled.
I'm the one who taught
That's not even doubled, honestly.
Yeah.
Release
Now we've got the And now we're gonna have to deal with the final form here.
Oh, heart attack.
He's like, oh crap, he said his name.
You've grown strong.
Van,
I'm waiting for you to say it.
To think you could push me this far.
Also, I freaking love the final boss theme.
It seems I have no
Bionic Commando, what?
to unleash this terror.
God damn it! That is clearly not bionic.
No, fine, be that way.
I'm just saying.
Joink!
this force. So this is the power of Lorelei.
No,
It's
it's
the power of God.
I finally used it. But I will be victorious.
wait, just you? Joink!
There, now my other arm has armor. Symmetry.
I just stole a design from Dynasty Warriors. What do you think?
Strong allies.
I thought you said he was Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, he is Winter Soldier. I'm sorry, but it's still.
Bucky Barnes, what the crap?
Damn it, Bucky! You got one job.
Captain, we need you. He's too busy fighting gods.
Captain, we need you. Iron Man's busy. Fuck!
Like, we don't need Iron Man. Yes, you do.
No, it's like Iron Man's. They're too busy with Civil War.
Damn it, Tony!
That's the reason why they said Iron Man. That Iron Man's busy.
Son of a bitch. Anyway, I do really like this final boss. And
What if he just-
the final battle with Van?
What if he was just gathering power and just came out of a burp?
He went all Super Saiyan on our asses?
Super Saiyan nothing.
See, yeah, his stats are much higher now.
I can see that.
I hate that his attack went from 700 to 900.
Yeah,
he also opened with.
He's also a lot faster.
Like usual, be prepared for him to spam going into overlimit.
Also, I can see he's also a lot faster too at his attacks.
Yes. And he's going to be spamming all of his arts a lot.
It's like, all you want to use
Radiant Dragon. I freaking hate that move.
Oh, you want to use Radiant Dragon? Everybody just gangbangs him.
Radiant Dragon. Radiant Dragon. He already used Radiant Dragon like 3 freaking times.
Jade was so unimpressed he wasn't even looking.
I noticed that.
I say this is what happens when you don't adjust strategy. Okay. All it does is cause pain for everybody.
Well, it's the final boss. At this point, I'm gonna bum rush him because whatever. I'm not gonna be using my items for anything else.
Bomb rush him. Is that a good idea? Screw it.
Go for it. Why not? If this were a second playthrough, I'd be using second tier Mystic Arts, and it would go even faster.
At that point, Jade would be like, at that point, I'll be indignation your ass.
That whole time, like, I can see him sitting there, and Van's watching as Jade's zone. Like, at this point, Van knew he was fucked.
No, at this point, Van knew he's fucked up. Ow.
Like, in hindsight, I probably could have stabbed him in the face while that was happening.
Is this what they call irony?
Anyway, in all honesty, don't be afraid to use any and all weapons or any and all items that you have.
And you're
if you
dead.
want to use treats, lemon gels, miracle gels, whatever. Just use them because
Well,
you can
even
always
the
buy
end
them
part
back if you
killed
do a
you.
new game
Jeez.
plus.
Even the end part killed you. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like you dodged most of the attack, but even the little end part killed you. Jeez.
I was also at half HP at the time.
Even still.
But even still,
Oh,
yeah,
now
his
he's using
Mystic Arc
Shining.
hits a
Now
lot.
he's using Shining Dragon.
Radiant Dragon.
No, the first one was Shining Dragon.
Oh, that might be his first tier art.
Was that
Whatever.
first?
can
Oh,
also
great!
use
Even
Judgment.
better. The more accurate judgment.
Yeah. Like, Van, was that really necessary?
Yes.
You
And
already
guys,
went into Overload. You don't need to go into it again.
guys, like, I can do that too.
Guy. Kill him.
Also, I want to bring up that glitch was fixed in the 3DS version, where they can just turn over limit on whenever they feel like it.
And also spam it.
That too. That was also fixed in the 3DS version.
Thank God. Although I don't know if that's going to really make fighting Van any easier.
Probably not. I think that's the only thing they fixed, actually.
Probably because they didn't realize that there was a glitch that was going on. Also, watch out for. Also, yeah, Lightning Tiger Blade may suck when you use it, but whenever Van uses it, it's like his best move.
It's almost like he's a boss or something. Whoa.
It's almost like he taught you how to use it in the first place.
That's true. That's your own fault.
Well, yeah, well, Tyr was standing there trying to cast a spell while he was casting a spell on her. That was her own fault. But anyway, yeah. Judgment sucks. You can very easily avoid it when you're free running, so it's not too bad, but it's still annoying. Especially when he uses it 2 times in a row.
Yeah, that can get annoying. Mythos could do the same thing if he felt like it.
Mythos is a lot easier than Van, in my opinion.
I can see that. Just saying, I can see that.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like Mythos is hard. At least his first form isn't easy. His second form's a pushover.
Hey, missed!
God damn it. He still has one other move that he hasn't used yet, and you're going to see it, because he will never not use it.
Guy's like, it's just a flesh wound.
Man, come on, can't you take a joke?
This is a joke? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, here we go. Ancient Requiem.
8,000
If that hits you full on, he can do 10,000 damage, so it's an instant kill.
That's pretty much a normal Mystic Art, honestly.
Yeah, but Ancient Requiem, both of his Mystic.
I like how you use a life. I like how you use a life ball for a guy to get up, and then he immediately dies as soon as he gets up.
I think it depends on what Mystic Art he uses, because I think Celestial Elegy, it just has a longer range as a Mystic Art, and then Ancient Requiem is basically Luke's Mystic Art.
He's gonna die again.
He's almost dead.
Yeah, you sure about that?
I can tell by his idle animation that he's dying.
Okay, so light doesn't do much against him at all.
No, he doesn't have any specific weakness. See, only 20,000 left.
If he can even do it!
If he would let me attack him, thank God Guardian Frost doesn't heal him.
It only heals allies in front. It only heals allies. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said thankfully it can't heal him.
So for Van, it'd only be good for space.
At this point, as much as I'd like to keep my allies alive, since it's the final battle, I don't really need them to stay alive. I just need Luke to stay alive so I can kill him.
You're all worthless! You're all worthless!
He's almost dead.
You're all worthless! Especially what you're saying.
Hey, as long as at that point, Luke was my main damage guy. So as long as Luke was okay, I can finish off Van no problem. Also, because now that Van is dying, Lorelai's drawing in all the phonons from around him to keep himself alive. So until we release Lorelai, he's going to drain our life to keep himself alive. So we kind of have to wake up Lorelai now.
So is your health constantly draining at this point?
No, at this point the battle is over. You beat the game because now you just have. Now it's just the game going, hey, you want to beat the shit out of Van for a while?
Also, Van becomes a sandbag.
Basically.
Sandbag! Punch bag!
Because
Punch bag!
Because Revitalize is just going on forever, while Tyr is singing the Grand Phonic hymn.
Punch bag!
So See, even if you die, you just get right back up.
Punch
So just have
bag!
fun beating the shit out of Van.
Punch bag! I'm just reminded of that. It's like, sorry guys, no punch bag. Hey guys, I missed something. Punch bag!
I find it mildly depressing that I'm doing more damage to him now that I know I can't die than when I was actually fighting him.
Nah, you're doing about the same amount. the only thing that's different is that you just don't care anymore because you have infinite health. That's the only
and I'm
difference.
able to stagger him a lot easier.
Punch bag!
I mean, you don't have to beat him up. You've already won at this point.
I'm assuming.
why not?
I'm assuming Tyr never gets interrupted during this.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a scripted fight.
I'm just gonna be
Singing the grand
just to
final
rub it in
breakup
now.
lullaby. And that's that. Van is dead.
Fight raged on for a century, many lives were claimed, but eventually the champion stood. The rest saw the better. Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater.
God damn it! Mr. Rogers, where did you come from?
Well, it's the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. He always shows up during that fight.
Dear.
Oh, damn it. God damn it.
You know what would really rub it? You know what would really rub it in? Because I noticed, like, at the last minute that I noticed at the last minute that Jade casted Blessed Drops. What if at the last minute Jade got the last hit?
Right from
Now you die. Ugh. Then suddenly you see a spear just fly through and stab him. Like, nope.
Jade's in the corner. My kill.
Mr. Van!
Stop. After all that's happened,
God
you still call me master.
Oh, I'm just laughing.
Jade would do that too.
My kill.
Forgive me.
Just seeing Jade in the corner throwing a spear at him and then it connects. He's like, dibs.
Jade, you fucking bastard.
That's it. He gets out a chanclet and just scratches it out.
It's like, yes. It's like, yes, that makes all 7 of them. Except for Ash. Shut up.
Except for Ash. Don't care.
It doesn't count. It's like, except for Ash. Oh, Luke. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like, except for Ash, who's the one dying?
Everybody hurry up and escape.
Oh.
Stay here and free Lorelei.
Luke!
I gotta do.
It's my
No,
promise
don't
to
you get it
Lorelei.
here? The
This is what I
heroic
need
hero
to do.
always has to sacrifice himself. Haven't you ever seen any fairy tale ever?
We've also been planning this from the start.
Jay's like, I don't care.
Actually, uncharacteristically of Jade, he actually is being cool about it.
Have a handshake.
I was really bad, wasn't I?
But no matter how much you change or regret,
What if there's like a finger? What if there's like a
why
little?
you must come back alive.
What if there's like a little zapper in Jade's hand at last
I
minute?
hope you do.
Actually, I wouldn't. Actually, I would think Luke would do that. Like, yes, finally got him back.
It's lonely being a servant
No.
of the master.
I've been waiting 90 parts to do that.
What if it actually works and Jade's just
I still serve as your
unfazed?
friend. You're being so hurry back home.
No, he just finally lets Luke have one. Like,
You knew,
ah,
huh?
finally got
When you
one.
come home, I'm gonna
Good
teach
job,
you
Luke.
how to hide things.
It's like that.
Janice?
I knew too. I wasn't as sure as Guy.
You know how that animation made it look like Anna just bashed her head right into him.
But I have
I can see that. It wouldn't look nearly as awkward if I was wearing the original costume.
No, not even with the costume. It's just the animation. It looked like she bashed her head right into him.
In order to do that,
I know.
It's like skull bash. It's like Anna, you skull bash.
Luke.
And it's if you need money to reform the order, just open a Patreon account. People will donate.
Ouch.
Dear to me,
Natalia.
not
Just
to
saying.
protect Kim Laska, to live your life. Understand?
I wanted to live.
Hey, she's the one that said she needed a
You
patron.
cannot disappear. You cannot.
Thanks.
You could at least talk.
Your job's done now.
You're off screen. I can't even see you. I'm sorry.
Like, you can go. You can go back to. You can go back to Cheagle Woods.
Also, your text
I
is
think it
really
grew-
hard.
I'm sure it grew back by now.
Also, your text is really hard to read because your text bubble keeps shifting with you.
Come home.
I know.
You have to come home.
Namco, stop being subtle with this already.
Okay, that sounded really awkward coming from Tyr, not gonna lie. It sounded like...
Well, she's also almost crying
No,
when she says it.
it sounded awkward because it sounded like a mom voice there.
Like,
That's-
it
comes
was
off
supposed to
awkward.
imply that she's almost
I
crying.
know that,
Also,
but
she
at the
finally
same,
says,
I know at the same time though it sounds like a mom talking. It's kind of weird.
I get what you're saying. I thought it was awkward as well, too, when I first heard it.
Awkwardly delivered. Also, suddenly we changed costumes in the middle of cutscenes.
Oh, like Namco's gonna take the time to actually reanimate all these cutscenes with every possible costume available.
Hell no.
That would be impressive as all hell if they did that. Hey, what do you know? It actually was a key the whole time.
The key can still stab people. Or it's a key all the time, and when you stick it in things, it unlocks to death. God damn it, I just love leaving your role for about 10 minutes.
Huh?
that was the end quote for that one.
All
It's
right.
like, God damn it, I just love living your quote for about 10 minutes. And there goes Ash's body.
There goes Eldrin in general. It's falling apart.
No, if you go back to that, you'll still... wasn't Ash's body still
I know,
there?
because he's right there, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. That's nowhere near as funny.
That was on purpose.
Oh, that's nowhere near...
They did leave his body there.
Aw, that's nowhere near as funny. I was kind of hoping they forgot about it.
Well, he kind of died. They're not
I'm
going to
just
forget that he's dead.
I'm just saying it would be hilarious in hindsight if they just forgot about it.
Oh, and there's Lorelei.
Who is, for some reason, made of fire. Okay.
Well, he's just not taking a physical form right now.
You don't even shape up to see my final form. Get good.
Also, to be fair, his spirit was kind of inside Van for a while, so maybe he doesn't have a chance. Maybe he just doesn't have a chance to get his body back yet.
Did you leave the stove on again?
God damn it! So there we go. We've saved God, and now he's back in the universe again.
What you don't see was that was a sane pod taking off.
God damn it, Vegeta! And we'll never see him again. They'll see me the next episode.
And I'm a ghost. Or am I? I can't do the voice very well.
I can't either. I don't blame you. So anyway, Luke's staying behind to make sure that the world does not die by killing himself. Shit.
Apparently he knew Vegeta's attack, okay.
And with that, that's the end of Tales of the Abyss. Holy crap, was this a long Let's Play.
Here, have some false imagery.
Well, this is how most endings go.
No, I'm literally just saying, here, have some false memories.
God damn it.
I don't think we thought this through. Just forget about it. Go away.
Anyway, final thoughts?
You first.
Okay. This is my second favorite Tales game of all time. Still is. I am going to admit that Symphonia is still my favorite due to bias, but that's just because it's the first one I remember playing all the way through. But as for the way this game is, I really like the story. I understand that a lot of people don't care for how Luke starts off in the game. It's completely understandable. But they make his character arc work well enough that it shouldn't really matter all that much, since he's really only an asshole for like the first 4 hours of the game, and then he's completely different. Also, I really, really like the main villain for this game. Van is probably my favorite villain in the entire series. Just the way that he works so well. The fact that they make every character in the entire game have some relation to him in a way makes it all the better when you find out why he has to be stopped and all that. So, yeah, I would say 10. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 because it's not perfect. It introduced the mechanics of free run, which is in every Tales game now, and it's broken as hell in this game if you use it
I
right.
hate to interrupt you, but you said, I'm sorry it's not 10 out of 10. The only thing I think of is 10 out of 10 first game.
No, it's not a 10 out of 10. I would probably say like a 7. I would say like a 7.5 out of 10, only because there are things in this game that even I admit need fixing, which they do fix in later games.
Too much water.
God damn it. God damn it. But I do recommend this game. It's really hard to find the PS2 version, so if you want to play this game, I recommend going for the 3DS version.
It should be up on the eShop by now.
And with that, I will turn it over to Luigi since he has more experience with the 3DS version than I do. What did you think of this game?
You know, it really bogs down at the very start because Luke is such a whiny bitch at the start.
Like I said, I completely understand if you don't like that.
It got to the point where I just preferred Guy just to make Luke shut up.
I'm sure you're not the only one that thought that.
But after the stuff at Xeriuth and stuff, I found myself using Luke a little bit more because honestly, it felt like more like a quest for redemption more than anything. When afterwards, like, oh crap, I fucked up.
Pretty much.
So it feels more. It honestly doesn't feel like a trip to save the world. This feels more like a trip for redemption, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
As for everyone else, Ash honestly feels kind of shoehorned in. Honestly, he doesn't. Like, you barely see what he's doing all throughout. For all you know, he could be taking a smoke break while you're doing everything. I'm being serious with that.
I can understand what
Ash doesn't get nearly enough screen time for me to even bother caring what his overall goal is or what he's doing. Why should I care? Like, I think if we got to know more about the generals in general, I probably would have cared more about them if they were, like, featured more. Van obviously stole the spotlight for most of the game. And that's why I think he's considered the better villain overall because of that. Because he got more development throughout most of the game.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because
of all the god generals,
and because of that, I think the other god generals suffered in development because of that.
Yeah. Like, I can agree with you. Of all the god generals, Van and Ash, for the most part, had all the development, and everyone else was just kind of there.
Especially
Sync.
Like, Sync honestly just feels very thrown in. He's like, I know he was put in there mainly as a way to have Ion be relevant, but at the same time, Ion wasn't really relevant. So it's like,
I
why is he
say
there?
they could have made Sync so much better if he was a replica of Mary instead of Ion.
They had the whole Phantom of the Opera.
It wouldn't
thing
have
going on
changed
half the
that
game.
much, but at least he would have felt more relevant.
It would.
You didn't come.
Again, Namco, throw in subtitles in these for Pete's sake. It's not that hard.
I apologize.
No, I'm not even blaming you.
I can say what's
It's
going
not even
on.
your
Apparently,
fault. Okay? Even the 3DS version is guilty of that. They don't throw in subtitles. They don't even give you the option to throw in subtitles. I hate that so much.
well, that's what happens when they only have like 2 anime cutscenes in the entire game.
No, that's different. There's like plenty of anime cutscenes in this game. They still
I
don't
know.
throw in subtitles, and that aggravates me.
Basically, what they were saying is that like everyone went to Luke's manor because everyone thinks he's pretty much presumed dead at this point, and Tyr didn't go because she didn't want to admit to herself that he was gone. But
Rip in peace. Anyway, and onto more of my final thoughts. As gameplay-wise, this is definitely a step up from Symphonia. Like, amazingly a step up, and god damn it, he's back in the hairstyle. I hate that so much. Anyway.
His hair magically grew back.
It's Naruto all over again.
No, that's what happens when he merges back with Ash.
This place has a nice view of Hod.
Oh god, his voice is even more boring than Ash's originally was. Ugh.
It's his regular Yuri Lowenthal voice.
Except it doesn't sound nearly as awesome.
Because he's not talking.
Wait.
Really emoting that much.
Oh wait, that's right. That's right. You're right. Forget what I said. Never mind. Anyway, back to my final thoughts. The characters that stick out the most to me is freaking Jade. Why isn't Jade the freaking main character of this story? Jesus. Like most of the
plot revolves around Famicry.
Most of the plot revolves Famicry. What? Why isn't Jade the main character of this story? I mean,
because really his character arc with Famicry is that he developed the theory of it. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah, but there's so much more you could delve into that kind of thing.
Well, and they kind of do. I mean, they use Famicry to develop the final dungeon. I can understand where you're coming from with that. But in my counter argument is I think Guy feels more like the main character than Luke.
And I should probably
Guy and Tyr have so much more. Like, you do have to go out of your way to get to get backstory on them for them to be relevant. Outside of Tyr being Van's sister, but if you do the side quests and stuff, it does feel more like Guy was intended to be the main character.
Anyway, I should probably move on to gameplay wise, since I'm pretty sure people are sick of me talking about plot.
We can drag this on a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's finale after all. When it comes to gameplay, this game definitely is a step up from Symphonia. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. These days, Symphonia feels very, very ancient when it comes to 3D Tales games. Like,
no
it's
doubt.
really hard. Nowadays it's really hard to adapt to it because it's in 3D. Everybody runs in free run, yet you can't for some reason. It's like, huh? I don't get that. But in this game, yes, they do introduce free run, but it also feels like the game feels too easy. Like the game wasn't built around having free run to begin with. Yet they threw it in. It feels thrown in because the game feels way too easy with free run.
Yeah,
like,
I completely agree.
It honestly feels
mainly
it also
because
feels
the AI does not know how to deal with that.
Yeah, the AI does not know how to deal with it. And it also feels like they put it in there as a way to make the series go further, but yet didn't bother to have enemies adapt to it, which is really, really weird if you think about it.
Yeah, but then Vesperia came out, and then they did change it. Like,
well, they had
a
good 4 or 5 years to fine tune that thing. So I would freaking hope they got it right.
Well, Vesperia was the game that Vesperia came out after Abyss, so they had plenty of time to get used to programming free run at that point.
What came before that? The bait of my existence, but I'm not talking about that anymore. God forbid. No.
Yeah. Even in that game, you have to admit at least free run was fixed in that.
No, it was not. Not even.
Anyway.
What else? And I feel like some like gameplay elements, like the one with the orbs. I forget what it was called. What was it?
Oh, the capacity cores and stuff?
The capacity cores, yeah. I feel like that didn't really matter in the gist of things. And neither did the one revolving the chamber.
The Carmine chambers?
Yeah, both the capacity cores and the Carmine chambers. That it feels like they didn't really do much in the overall scheme of things. Like, you could go all through the entire game without editing those, and there'd be nothing different. You know what I mean?
You could make the same argument of using the EX gems in Symphonia as well. You don't have to get EX.
No, you don't.
Skills.
You really don't, actually. You can go through the.
I want to say it wasn't until Vesperia where the EX skills actually became worthwhile to go out of your way to get.
Well,
in terms of actually beating the main story, anyway.
well, they were still worthwhile for you to get, but I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's just me, but it feels more like there was like this weird sense of progression where, yes, technically you could do this, you could do that, but at the same time
You don't
need
to.
to. In the game, I feel like the game revolves around that, and I
I
feel
no,
like
I understand. I can understand
I feel
what
like
you're
it
saying,
goes
because
with,
when I first played through this game, I didn't use capacity cores or any of the sort nearly as efficiently as I should have, and I had no trouble with this game at all.
no, it's like it in the end the game feels very very easy because of it. Like even if you get like if you like grind really 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 good, like I usually do, like even the challenging bonus boss will not give you any trouble.
Well, you can make that argument about a lot of RPGs, but I can see what you mean. Like, if you just play through the game normally, like point for point without grinding, then you might have trouble with it. But the way the game is designed, if you just grind, you don't even need to go out of your way to get the extra stuff. Is what
And I feel like the game is very forgiving when it comes to grinding too.
Yeah.
But
Because there are certain arts in this game, light spear cannon, that are just broken as hell.
and then
Don't deny it.
and there are other arts that are completely broken. Swallow Fury. That don't work at all. Anyways, I should probably go ahead and cap this off with the summary of gameplay. Gameplay-wise, it's good, but it does have its limitations in the end. As for plot, blah. While the plot was enjoyable, and Van is certainly memorable as a villain, Jade certainly is memorable as a character. Outside of that, everything else feels kind of like there. Like Ion feels like Van feels there, Guy feels there. Yeah, especially Natalia especially feels there. Like half the game, she didn't really do anything other than be like the political figurehead of the group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
If they took more time to get character development for other characters, I can see that. And you can make the argument that Annis could have had a little more screen time as well.
Annis could have used a little more screen time. Guy, God forbid him, could have used a little more screen time. The poor guy.
Well, I mean, at least Guy had like the subplot thing going, where the whole thing revolved around his original hometown, and that he, like I said, he had more of a connection to Van than anyone aside from Tyr.
Yeah. Then.
And it feels like they could have gone so much further with that. Like for instance, Sync should have been Mary. That would have made so much more sense.
But no, Sync had to be Ion for some reason.
The plot for his plot relevance would have been exactly the same if he was Mary, if he was a Mary replica.
You could have replaced Sync with exactly what you said, a Mary replica, and the plot would be literally no different. Outside of Guy actually having a rival, that makes sense.
I was gonna say, I think the plot would have actually benefited from having Mary be a villain. Granted, there was a Mary replica, but she didn't seem to do anything outside of exist.
What would the villain version of Mary be anyway?
Good
what
question.
Would it be like? We have Sync, I guess, who is in sync with Ion, I guess.
Well, he's Sync the Tempest, so maybe she would have been still like the speedy, punchy thing.
Speedy, punchy bitch.
I don't know. That's the one I remember about.
I like to imagine being like Mal of the Wind or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, we should probably go ahead and close this off.
Yeah. So that's my playthrough of Tales of the Abyss. I was originally going to do this as a solo LP, so Luigi, thank you very much for joining me through this. I know it's been a long Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed doing it as much as I did.
Oh, don't worry. I destroyed my vocals much earlier than expected.
As for my next Let's Play, I'm probably going to be taking kind of a break, because we've been doing this Let's Play for like a year and a half now. Or almost a year now, so...
We're suffering from stagnation, people!
Keep in mind, we're also doing multiple other LPs in connection with this
In
that we're still trying
sync.
to finish.
Okay.
God damn it. As for my solo channel, I still don't know what my next... I don't know what my next one's going to be. I'm probably going to take a small break because this was a really long game.
Oh, absolutely.
But I will be back with another Let's Play soon. What about you, Luigi?
Well, let's see. I got Spider-Man to finish off. I got Sonic Adventure footage to find. I still have to do the bonus video for Symphonia 1. I got lots on my plate.
Yeah, so we're... And if Logic were here, he would tell you what he's up to, but...
Still working.
Hey, we're on his...
Still working on Xenoblade.
Yes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. And I will see you guys in my next Let's Play. And hopefully Luigi will see you guys in his next Let's Play.
If I can do solo commentary, well, whenever that is. I don't know. Later, guys, later. I'll be with my Bowser Jr. and Falco amiibos. Screw it.
And I'll be playing Tales of Grace's F, because I have that game.
On your own time, for the record. God forbid.
Yes. Yes, of course.